All right. My ex-situationship moved to New York City, and I happen to be going there next month. Should I hit him up, or should I close that door?
Close it.
By the way, he's like 10 years older than me.
Okay, lock it.
I don't know. I kind of like that. I wish I had more context of how long you were going to New York City, because if you're going there for the weekend and you want to have like a New York fling, that's fun.
Well, I guess we literally have zero context. Why did it end?
We don't know.
What was the nature of the relationship?
There was an emoji that was blushing and like this.
Oh, so maybe, I don't know. Like, it depends also how you feel about it.
There's something fun about a city flang.
Sure. Yeah, I think if it ended fine and like there's no sort of like bad blood or toxicity, why not?
It was a situationship.
Okay, but some situationships are really toxic.
Yeah.
So if it was not that, then why not?
Situationships confuse me because, like, what, are you stuck at the bottom of a well? What do you mean you have to date each other?
What are you talking about?
Situationship is like we're dating, we're like seeing each other because it's
right.
Like,
I know
it'd be weird or rude or like uncomfortable not to. I'm like,
or I think it's just like either party is like not ready to define it for whatever reason.
I think that's just love without labels.
I don't think it has to be love.
I don't think it has to be.
I think when I think of situationship, I think of mostly like a girl who like wants more and a guy who doesn't.
Oh. Well, then you're going to like this next story.
Okay.
So what do we think for this?
We don't have enough information, unfortunately.
Okay. This one is long as crap.
Okay, do it.
So I'm going to just try to read through because there's a lot of context.
Mm-hmm.
This is
good. More context, the better.
This is from a man, so this one's going to take a second. Hey, Brooke and Connor, long-time listener, first-time DMer. I'm pretty sure I'm the asshole here. Self-awareness. But just going to have you guys weigh in as well. I'm a senior in college, and I started dating a girl about a month ago. I made it very clear that I didn't want to get into anything serious, and we continued to see each other. Took her on dates and nice dinners, and we hung out at the bars and at parties. We also went on a trip to Vegas with my fraternity. We were having an amazing time, and we're getting along really well. One night after bar, she came back to my place and asked me if I wanted to be exclusive with her while we still have the time left until we graduate. I panicked and said yes, and I probably shouldn't have because I told myself I'd stay single for the rest of the year. Continued to hang out, went to a festival together, and the music festival was a big deal, and I had a bunch of friends coming into town. I was also super stoked for the festival, even before I knew she was coming because all my friends were going to be here. Then at last minute, she got a ticket, and I was excited to introduce her to all my friends at the festival. This is when it gets a little gnarly.
I have a feeling I'm going to get angry.
At the festival, she got there a bit later than me, and by that time, this is a lot. I don't even know I'm just going to say it. And by that time, I had already taken a good amount of Molly and mushrooms and other stuff.
Okay.
Like, what other stuff? By the time she got there, I had already been rolling, and I introduced her to all my friends, and we went to go listen to some music. We were dancing with all my friends, and I was starting to peak on whatever I was on, and she told me she was cross and needed to step out of the crowd. This was weird because I had only seen her drink like a little bit of beer. I'm not judging her or calling her lightweight. It was just weird how quickly she went from sober to buzzed. I'd never seen that before. I took her somewhere away from everyone.
She was crossed?
It means like you're high and you're drunk.
Oh, I thought it was cross-faded, but I guess cross is just short for that. It's just, very cool.
Just like less of a word. I took her somewhere far away from everyone else when she said she had to throw up and stood blocking her, holding her hair back and telling her it was going to be okay when she was bent over. However, I never saw her throw up and when she was trying to pull trig and there was nothing coming out, she was really getting in there. I had seen, this is so college because like I love the descriptions. He's like, and guess what? I had seen her pull trig with ease in Vegas the weekend prior. He's like, I've seen her pull trig.
Oh, so he's accusing her of being a liar at this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Her friends came over and kept telling me that it's okay and she'd be fine in 20 minutes. Then I asked her if she was good to wait it out at the festival or if she wanted to get a lift home. She told me she wanted to go home, so I told her friends that I would get her home safe, and they thanked me. While this was happening, one of her friends whispered in my ear, "We trust you and she loves you."
Oh.
Obviously, this was a bit... Obviously, this was a bit of a surprise for me because I'd only known her for a couple weeks. We took a lift home, and I brought her to the bathroom to keep trying to throw up. She continued to dry heave, and then after doing that for about 2 minutes, she popped right up like the most sober person I've ever met, tucked her hair behind her ears, and told me she was fine and that she wants to go back to the festival. This whole situation creeped me out a lot because in my head she was trying to see if I would take her back to her apartment and care for her to see if I was trustworthy, like a test. I know that sounds crazy, but if you saw the whole situation and how she was acting before and after, you would think the same.
No, that's not what happened. It's so clear to me what happened. Do you know?
When she was saying she was fine and wanted to go back to the concert, I was in shock. I thought it was weird. We kept going out after that. I had kind of thought something was fishy and my guard was up a bit. I invited her over to my house after the bars one night, and when we got there, my friends asked me if I wanted to post game. I asked her if she would want to go, and she didn't want to. So I told her that I only have a couple weekends left in college and I wanted to go. She was upset about that, so I decided to finally just be like, I don't think that this is a good time for us. She stormed out and we officially ended things in the next day, and she said it'd be best if we completely cut it off and didn't see each other romantically for the rest of the year. She also ripped me a pretty bad one over text and talked a lot of shit about me to a bunch of people who also know. Am I the asshole?
Oh, yeah. I think so. I think what had happened at the festival was she got too high, because I do that all the time.
Panic attack.
Where it's like I'll get really high, not realize, like have a few sips of alcohol, like not drink, and then freak out. Shove my whole fist down my throat to try to puke because I'm having a panic attack, and I think like I've been like drinking or whatever, but it's just the weed and nothing comes out because you're not drunk. You're just having a high panic attack.
Well, like he's only telling us that he feels this way. It's not like he didn't take her home or he.
No, I know, but he's like freaked out that maybe she was like making that whole story up so that she was testing him or whatever. No, I think she just had.
I don't think
panic
he's
attack.
an asshole though. I think he's just like, I think a better question here would be like, am I overthinking this?
I think you're for sure overthinking that first part. Like I think she just was having a panic attack because she was high. And then I think he got in his head about that and then started freaking about that on top of whatever else happened, and then kind of just like impulsively ended it on top of the fact that he didn't really want to be exclusive with her to begin with.
I think that is, we could have stopped there where it was like, I kind of I jumped into a relationship and I probably shouldn't have. I think you could probably stop there.
So I think all of her actions make a lot of sense to me and are justified. I think that you panicked towards the end. Yeah. And it just like is what it is, and like you have to accept that like she's gonna be pissed and talk shit about you. Like I don't think you did like the most egregious thing. Yeah. But like I think that you got a little sloppy at the end. Panicky.
He'd seen her pull trig with ease in Vegas.
With ease. Trust me, I've pulled trig with ease thousands of times and then get too high and then can't.
Yeah.
So it's like it happens all the time.
Let's go back to the festival. Yeah, I think I don't know. That wasn't meant to be. I don't think your heart was in it in the beginning, so
100%.
Could have avoided probably all of it.
Right.
All right. Here we go.
A fun one.
That was like a lot. Hello, Brooke and Connor. I'm in dire need of some advice. I, male 19, am gay, prefers wiener. Due to this inconvenience, I find myself in many a predicaments. Most recently, I've begun to develop a crush, actively obsessing/falling in love on a coworker. As I'm writing this, I'm laying on my stomach, flailing my legs back and forth over my back. He is actually stupid, like really dumb. But how cute is that? Anyways, work has become very difficult since he suddenly became cute. He could not be any straighter, but in my defense, he listened to Taylor Swift before. Right.
That's where it gets dicey.
At work, we are often asked to pick a partner, and when we are dispatched, and there have been countless times he's picked me to go with him. So he's obsessed with me? What I'm going to ask you guys is, how do I go about continuing to work with him without making things unbearably uncomfortable, whilst also finding out if he might like me back? Love you guys.
Ugh, that's just so hard if he's like not out. You know?
I'll just say from like a work crush perspective, it makes, there's like this distracting, this is like the weirdest thing ever to say that my old boss told me this, but my old boss told me you should really try to find a work crush because it makes coming to work 100%. So much more fun.
It makes waking up every day worth it. I'd say keep at it.
I'd say, yeah, like have it be a crush. You certainly don't want to get your feelings hurt and then have to go to work, you know? So yeah, I would just leave a little bit up to the imagination.
Yes, totally.
Definitely don't make a move or something once you're dispatched.
You know what I learned recently?
Dispatched. I wonder if they work in like the medical field. Definitely don't make a move while you're, or maybe you're a firefighter. I can't think of anyone else.
You can just have a crush and leave it at that.
Yeah.
Like sometimes, like that's hard for me to come to terms with. Like usually I want to like, you know, make it like so that I'm the only person in their lives that they'll ever feel comfortable coming to.
Sure.
And, you know, but sometimes a crush can just be like a crush. And it doesn't have to be like the most intense, like kill yourself over it experience.
Yeah, don't kill yourself over this.
Yeah, just like have a crush if you can keep it at that. That would be great. I'd love
So
to do
fun.
it
It sounds like it's like in a good space right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's tough though.
Totally.
You also don't want to date someone you work with because just like one of our next stories coming up, it only ends one of two ways. And one's really
marriage
bad.
or divorce or death. Death or divorce.
Okay, maybe there's a couple options. Like even if this worked out and you date or whatever, you either break up or get married.
Yeah, isn't that scary with everyone?
Yeah, and if you break up, like you're gonna go back to work
or you die.
Or you die.
Those are the three options.
But we already advised against him dying.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
Marry.
Yeah. I'd say keep
and
at
then
it.
Die.
Keep at it.
Yeah, I think don't advance it. I think especially in this specific situation, don't advance it because you just don't know.
Try to keep it at the exact level it is now.
Yeah.
That's so almost, I would say
tough.
that's impossible, actually,
it's
now
tough.
that you mention it.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Hope that helps.
Try to balance it by finding new icks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Or get rid of the crush completely.
How?
Yeah, icks is a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to just ick yourself out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. That's the best I can offer.
I don't know if it was you that said this the other day or what, but do married couples get the ick?
I asked that about if parents get the ick towards their kids.
Oh, no, I don't mean that. I mean, like, let's say we're married. Like, am I getting the ick from you? Like, or is that just...
Yes.
Or does marriage mean, like, you just, like...
Married people hate each other, Brooke.
No, I think hatred is different than the ick.
No, but, like, I think I'm not married, I'm not whatever, but I'm speaking from... Like it's like a permanent roommate, and then you have sex with them as well.
Right.
So like, think about a roommate. Like everything starts to bug you eventually about them, and then like.
I think that's different than an ick.
No, an ick. Oh yeah, okay. An ick would be like, ew, right?
An ick would be like watching them go down the slide, and you're just like, ew.
Yeah,
you know?
like.
I think honestly, marrying someone means like you just you resign. Oh, Ryan, do you get the ick?
I don't personally ever get the ick from my wife.
Yeah.
That's
Good.
the only answer that is appropriate.
Let's clip that.
Yeah.
Let's clip that and get that to it.
I honestly think that marrying someone means like
no. That's setting a really unrealistic standard.
I don't know.
I think icks will come and go, and then they become beige flags.
Oh my God, the ick to beige flag pipeline?
Yeah. I think like there's a thing that you hate, and then it's like you doofus.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I'm guessing.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing. I was asking you.
Fuck if I know, Brooke. My pussy talks spinach.
Yeah.